A story in 5 words.
Cranky old man blabbers nonsense.
We have an essential mandate to protect 30% of the world's land and sea by 2030. To prevent the mass extinction, slow the warming of our planet, we need cultural change. We need to extend social justice. We need to respect and elevate the indigenous people that are being marginalized and in many cases killed in cold blood.
Paul, what the is he talking about? When you hear an 80-year-old man talking about social justice, which is another word for equity, not creating anything, but just taking things. This is a guy who did 70 films with the carbon footprint of like an entire city each year.
He's got the carbon footprint of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes.
And he's talking about global warming and all this stuff. You're in the Arizona desert, pal. It's going to be hot, all right? I mean, that's what, hello. I just, I did a little research, and, it's amazing to me. This guy here, he's had a couple, like, at least 4 or 5 houses. Right now, he's got 2. Listen to this carbon footprint. He has in Wyoming a ranch of 800 acres. It's him and the wife. They got 400 acres each, all right? And he doesn't look to me like he gets around that well. 400 acres he's got. Plus, he's got an L.A. house up to $13 million, 14,000 square feet.
Wow.
I mean, he's got 7 beds, 9 baths, and a guest cottage, which you and I are not invited to. Yeah, and a Millennium Falcon. So, and the other thing is this, it's like, really, like Harrison Ford is who you guys, is it 1980 already? I mean, really?
Yeah.
Who gives it?
Yeah. Brianna, why kind of intellectual lightweights like him choose the phrase social justice? There's no measurable outcome. Like everything, you just expand welfare, bail reform, affirmative action. The only outcomes are negative, so you don't measure them.
Yeah, and then didn't he get the memo that climate change is out, right?
Yeah.
This guy not paid. He should watch Gutfeld tonight. He'll actually know about that.
Yeah.
I think the other thing, too, is that people are so sick and tired of people like Harrison Ford, to your point, who has 400 acres per person in his family, lecturing us. He literally says, like, hey, my generation created a bunch of problems, but it's up to you to fix it. How about this? Next time you go to one of your, fancy parties where people fly in on their private jets, you lecture your fellow actors about what they should and shouldn't do. And the other thing is they virtue signal all the time, and not one of them buy what they sell. But you know why he says these things? Because it's an applause line. And he is an actor. He wants to be praised and given applause. And so I want to go back to the time when, like, Elvis, I think it was like 1972 maybe, someone said, what do you think about the Vietnam War? And he goes, ma'am, I'm just an entertainer, right? Michael Jordan said Republicans buy sneakers too. And Billy Bob Thornton recently said, don't ask me about politics. I'm an entertainer. Let's go back to where people know their lane and stay in their lane.
But I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think you have to stay in any lane, or else I wouldn't have a job. Let's be honest.
Or a social life.
Or a social life. But his role as a speaker at a graduation is an inspiring message, and his idea of an inspiring message is some stupid bile about social justice.
Greg, I feel like we're being a little hard on old Han Solo here.
Yeah.
I think what happened is that I think a prank has been played. I think they switched his speech out with a line from Yosemite. The movie he was in, Yellowstone, that he was in, because he was basically reading a line from it to the point where they even wrote in pause for him. Like he was literally, like, he would say his thing, social justice, pause. And then everyone cheered. So again, he's just saying things. It was probably a pretty good check. And that's probably why he was there.
Do you think he got paid for that?
I think, thank you. What was your name?
Don't encourage that, Tyrus.
No, just have you removed, but thank you. But they just say things on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of movies and stuff, and whenever we do PR stuff, the actors always have to, if they're ever asked a question on the fly, it's brutal. So he's just reading a script, and I'm proud of him given his age that he's still able to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Tom, will you defend him?
Well,
I sympathize with him because if I ever get asked to give a commencement, can I not wear the robes? I don't want to wear the robes. This is like, he's Indiana Jones. He looks like an old lesbian. Look at him. It's terrible. But yeah, look, you know what was even worse? At the beginning, he does. Who's that? Eleanor Clift from the McLaughlin group?
Yes, it's like, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is back.
But you know what? Like most actors, I spent my early years of show business. You're very busy. That's all you do. You're trying to break into the business. So you spend 15, 20 years trying to break in. You don't pay attention to politics. None of the actors were like that. So all of my fellow comedians, I can remember, they just got a little bit of success, and then they would, let me turn on MSNBC and see what's going on in the world. And it's the first time they ever think of politics. They're already over the hill. And they come in as an idiot. We went through our idiocy when we were teenagers.
Yeah,
that's when we were radicals.
They're playing catch up and they're discovering it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like it's a brand new hobby. Oh my God, I didn't know this existed. It's a dude, you get a paycheck. That's all you need to know. Look at what taxes go in and go out. Don't pretend that you're more than just a pretty face, Tom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube. And catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.